Okay, welcome to the first brilliant tutorial by me, Mr. Cheney, for the year 2021. We're going to continue with Pixlr Editor. That is pixlr.com/e. And we are going to today review the two tools that we used for photography in the prior semester, which were the Color Splash technique, which uses layers of a color picture to actually transform it into a black and white and then reveal color, which is the Color Splash technique. And then we'll review the color replace that we did. And then the brand new tool is going to be the clone stamp. So I'm going to be using a couple pictures today. You can see some of the results I had from period 1 and 3 demos. So I'm just going to go and demonstrate how to use the clone tool as a new tool for our assignment, which is on Google Classroom. So let's go look at the assignment, Pixlr Clone Tool. You're going to alter 3 pictures. You're going to go find 3 pictures on Google Images on your own to actually alter with the clone stamp tool. The tutorial that I am creating right now that you're watching will be attached to this assignment. This is the old one, so I'm taking that away. I have to update it because of some updates that Pixlr did, so that's why I'm creating this one now. And you'll be turning in 6 total pictures, 3 originals that you found online, and then the 3 pictures that you altered. So 6 total pictures that are in a folder that you upload to Classroom or Microsoft OneDrive, and then you give me the link in this assignment right here. So let's get started. I'm going to go over here to I created a folder on my desktop called Pixlr Clone Tool Pics, and I've got a few in there, so that's good. And let's start with the lawn. So I'm going to kind of use my scroll wheel to make this a little bigger. So let's do some review on the 2 assignments that we did before. Let's do a color splash of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click over here with our mouse, and we're going to copy or duplicate the layer. And then what we're going to do is adjust and desaturate. And so now we've got 2 different layers, and if I were to turn off this layer, we would go back to our original, we would see what's below it. And so, but we're going to work on the second layer here. So now that it's desaturated, we can work with the eraser tool to create our color splash. So we could simply just reveal the top part of this tree right here. If I wanted to change my brush size, I could do that here. So maybe I'll go with a 30 instead of a 40, and then I'll just left mouse click and reveal the color of just the top of this this tree here. So I'll try to stay on the edges as best as possible, and now I've got that. And if I wanted to include the trunk of the tree, I would maybe want to go down another brush size so that I didn't get the outside areas over here. So I could use the size 20 brush, and now I've got myself a nice color splash photo. And that's that. So let's open up a new image, or actually the same image, and let's do color replace. So if I open up this again, so this is the color splash that I just did with that. And now I'm going to do a different technique with color replace. On this one we didn't need to do a layer. What I'm going to do is make this beautiful green grass into unwatered browner grass. So in order to do that, I can use my color replace tool right here. And I'm going to click a brownish color. That looks pretty good, so I'll press OK. And then I can choose my brush size. Looks like this brush size might work okay. Now what it does is it replaces the color, and if I wanted to be more precise with this and not get those bushes, I could change my brush size and do that. This is really more of a red than a brown. Now let me change. I want to show you the difference between color replace and actually just painting the grass, because you can still see the texture of the grass and lines in it when you use color replace. If you were to just do this brush tool with the same color, what you get is something that covers it up completely. So that's not the effect that we're looking for. We're looking for a color replace that keeps the texture intact. So I'll undo that over in our history tab there, and I'll do my color replace and make sure I do my color again, and I can finish making this lawn kind of looking like clay. So there we go. So that's just a review of the two tools that we've done already. And so now the new tool, and I'm going to use the same image. So opening this up again and kind of using my mouse to like zoom in or out, or you could use this over here. I'm going to clone this tree. So I want to make a second tree maybe over here in this flower bed. So the way I'm going to do that is this. I'm going to use the clone stamp tool, and I'm going to click paint real quick, and I'm going to go over here, and I think I want to change my brush size a little bit to, I'm going to go with 20 just to make sure. And so at the base of the tree, I'm going to hold my shift key on my keyboard and see how it changes the cursor from that circle to this plus. So I hold shift and I click the left mouse button, and then I let go. And so now I go over to where I want to draw the new tree, and I'm going to hold down my left mouse button, and you'll notice that now I have two cursors. I've got the one where I'm going to put the new tree, it's the white circle with a plus sign, and then I've got the black circle, kind of looks like a gun sight almost. And so I'm going to follow that gun sight so that I can go and build this tree. And I think the easiest way is to go around the perimeter first, like this, and then fill in the middle later. So I'm going to go around the edge just so I can form the tree itself, and then I can go in the middle here and get the rest of it. So now if I use the tool correctly, I've got myself a second tree right in this flower bed, and that looks pretty good. Now if I want to clean this up, because you're getting the surrounding areas here instead of these flowers, you can actually do that too. So we can use the clone tool to clean that up. So what I can do is I can hold my shift key and sample some of these flowers right here, and then I'll let go, and then I can brush right here so that it looks a little more natural. So if I wanted to do the surrounding area with the trees instead of what was around here, I can maybe sample, so hold shift, sample that, and I can kind of get a better sample around this tree. So it just makes it look a little more natural. So now if I zoom out a little bit, I've got myself two trees in there instead of one. So really quickly, so that we don't have too long of a tutorial, I'm going to do one more, and I think I'll do the cat one. So let's open up a cat image, and I'm going to clone this cat so that there's two. So again, the clone stamp tool, I'm going to click on it, I'm going to click on paint, and I'm going to click on, or I'm going to put my cursor over on the cat. Then I'm going to hold shift key so that I change my cursor, and this is where I want to start the image of what I want to clone. So I'll click left mouse key once and then let go. And then I'm going to come over to where I want the second cat, and I'll hold down my left mouse key, and now I've got my kind of gun sight there. And again, I'm going to go around the edge of the cat. Once I have my edge, I can fill in the middle. Just that, go around the mouth. Okay, good. And then I'm going to fill in the middle here. Now, what I do is I get that perimeter so that once I have the perimeter, I can look at the one on the left and just fill in what's missing. And I found that that technique is pretty good. So now, got myself a second running cat on the lawn. Okay, so that's that. So now you have yourself a tutorial so that you can get through your assignment. Once again, over here on Google Classroom, this is the assignment for Pixlr Clone Tool. And so you can refer back to this video, and anytime during class if you need help after watching this video, I will help you, of course. So welcome back to the second semester, and let's get back into some of our multimedia projects. I'll see you in class.